Okay, y'all, so for many years my mom has asked me what do I be doing to make my mac and cheese so good. And y'all, the recipe is so freaking simple. When she watches this video, she's gonna be like, girl, I didn't even know it was that simple. So I am going to be showing you all how I make my famous mac and cheese. Let's go. Alright, so I already have my water boiling. I am going to go in with some extra virgin olive oil, and then I'm going to add a little bit of sea salt to that water. I'm going to make sure that I do a generous amount, and then I am going to go back here and find my garlic powder because I forgot to grab it. But this is my, no, onion powder. This is onion powder, sorry guys. And I'm also going to add that into the water. Now I like to do that because it just adds a lot of flavor. It cooks it all into the macaroni and just makes everything flavored so nice. And then we're going to use our elbow noodles, whatever. You guys know what I'm doing. And we're going to pull that whole box into the water. And then I always have to go into a second box and just kind of top the water off just a little bit. So you guys are going to see me doing that here. Now, I know a lot of people like to mix immediately. I actually do not do that. Once it's in the water, only with macaroni, I just leave it here and let it sit. So I let my mac and cheese cook in just a little bit, and then I actually use a spatula. I don't use like those little spoons that you scoop with it because I feel like a spatula actually gets to the bottom and it pulls everything up without making such a big mess. So if you haven't already, start using a spatula when making mac and cheese. It's just so convenient. And guys, I'm telling you, once you start using a spatula, you will not go back. And yeah, I do have my spoon because my kids did not throw that away. They threw away a lot of my utensils, but they didn't throw away my spoon to cook with. I just don't use it. And y'all know if I didn't have it, y'all know I would tell y'all. So as you can see, my oven is preheated already to 350 degrees. So yeah, guys, let's start mixing. Once the macaroni is finished cooking, I actually just dump the entire pot out. I leave the water, I leave everything with it, and I just dump it all out. The water keeps the mac and cheese nice and hot, and it also helps melt down everything. Now, I don't do that method that you might see other people do, which is melt their cheeses and all that on the stove top and then add it to the mac and cheese. I don't do that. I go straight into my seasoning: salt, onion powder, garlic powder, pepper. What else did I use? Oh, I think that's it. That's all you guys are going to see me use. Sorry, I think I'm jumping ahead of myself. I think I just used salt, onion powder, and pepper. Now I'm going to go into my Velveeta cheese, and I am going to slice it up. I try to make sure that they're in nice little squares. Run it across, and then I'm going to place that over top of my macaroni. I try to spread it out as good as possible because, as you guys know, Velveeta cheese is just very sticky, and some people just use a lot of Velveeta cheese. Like they may use like 2 or 3 of these to make their mac and cheese cheesy. I do not do that. It is not necessary. 1 is enough. Also, these things are like $6, so yeah, we're gonna make sure that the one does its job, okay? But no, in reality, I've always only used 1. So we're back using a spatula, and like I said, as you can see, the spatula works so much better than the scoop. Yeah, you might get everything might kind of stick, but it's so much easier to just like slide it, as you see. And what I like to do is just push everything down and pull it out. Push it down, pull it out. Push it down, pull it out. So I mix it a good amount. Everything is not fully melted. And then I like to go straight into my cream cheese. Now, the cream cheese that I have has 2 blocks in it. I only need 1. So I'm taking it out of the pack. Everything's set at room temperature. I like to do everything at room temperature because if you pull it straight from the fridge, it's just going to cool down your mac and cheese, and that's what's going to prevent it from really melting, okay? So I'm just kind of just spreading out this cream cheese, y'all, and I love me some cream cheese, okay? I love me some cream cheese. I really don't like when my hands get too messy with certain foods. Like if it doesn't require me to use my hands, I just don't like my hands to get dirty. But I'm also now mixing that in. I'm pulling everything from the edge into the middle and then spreading it out. Everything from the edge into the middle and spreading it out. So one of the most important things in making your mac and cheese is to just take your time and mix. Mixing is the key. Like I've had people's mac and cheese where it's like they will just mix it a little bit and then just forget about it and just throw it in the oven, and then once you go to cut it, it's like the cheese is in one spot and not the other. Like just take your time and mix it very, very well. So this is why we go in one ingredient at a time versus dumping everything on top and then try to mix it. You want to give everything the opportunity to do what it has to do. So the mac and cheese is already starting to look good. Now we're going to go in with our butter. I love using this country butter, and we're just going to scoop some of that butter in. The butter adds flavor as well as moisture. Flavor and moisture. Then we're going to add 1 egg. The 1 egg is going to help keep everything together. That's what's going to help your mac and cheese from falling apart. Now that part is optional. I've made mac and cheese without adding the egg, and it did just fine. As long as you let it cool down, guys, it's going to do just fine. However, I still notice the difference when I add the 1 egg and just mix it in very well. It just makes the mac and cheese just nice and firm, and it's just good, guys. So I recommend doing it, but if you don't want the egg, don't use the egg, y'all. It'd be a fuss for no reason. Okay, so I'm going to go into my Mexican cheese. This is a 3 cheese blend, and we're just going to go ahead and add that bag in. I did have a lot of cheese next to me, guys, and I didn't use it all. I just like to make sure that I'm fully prepared. So I always, when I make mac and cheese, I just always get more cheese than I actually need, just out of safety. So you guys see me now mixing everything in, getting everything nice and coated really well. And everything is looking so good. Look at that. Yummy. And y'all notice that I'm mixing it so well that you don't see little sections where it's like clumps of cheese. And y'all, my kids been letting these freaking flies in the house, and it's really driving me crazy. Like, they've been coming in the entire time while I was cooking and just holding the door open, letting flies in because they was playing outside. And I just almost put them out, but I went ahead and told them that they can still live here. So I'm still mixing everything in nice, and we are almost done. Now you guys are going to see me spread everything out, and then we're going to go ahead and place 1 bag of cheese to the top. This is the cheddar, mild cheddar, and we're just going to place it to the top and go ahead and pop it in the oven. Look at that mac and cheese, y'all. This is how y'all want your baby to look when it comes out of the oven. Okay, let it cook until it gets brown, not burnt, but brown. If your mac and cheese come out the oven and it's just yellow, baby, put it back in because it's not done. Now, this is how you want your mac and cheese to look, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and leave some comments down below, some other recipes that you guys will want to know. We have so many different things that we can cook on this channel, guys, so stay tuned. This mac and cheese is one of my favorite things to make, guys, and I'm so happy I was able to show you my process. Until next time, bye, guys.